What is up, everybody? Meriden Gaming here. We're back for another World of Tanks Tech 3 Tank Showcase and Review. Today we're taking a look at the Tier 8 Russian light tank, the LTTB. As you can see here, very medium tank design from the Russians. Just a lot more lightly armored, but honestly, from the front, you still have some pretty good armor, especially off the edges. And now the center, they're going to be able to pin that, but unless they're super accurate, they're going to hit here, and they're going to hit here, and either get absorbed or bounce. So you do bounce a lot more shots. This is actually the light tank I'm working with right now. I really enjoy it because I did like the Russian medium tanks. Now let's go ahead and get over the comparison. All right, so, and we've got the gold round selected there. Let's go ahead and switch those real quick. So gun stats, pretty good. You're right up there towards the top as far as DPM goes. But your penetration at 170 is a little low with your standard rounds. Shell velocity, although, is pretty good at 1050. But you know me, my light tanks, I only run gold. Because if I'm going to shoot something, I want to make sure I'm going to pin it. Because typically they don't have the best dispersion. So you're not always going to hit those weak points. So you want to have the best chance of going through. Now 216, that's a little bit better. Not quite as good as the LHMTV. But of course this thing has a really slow fire rate. So it has better penetration even on its standard rounds. Damage of 180, kind of right in the middle. You do have to throw a lot of rounds down range in order to get very much damage at all. But a reload time that is only second to the M41 Bulldog. You can definitely throw those rounds fairly quickly. In fact, I find myself, if I'm in a game where I'm having to use my gun a lot, getting pretty low on ammo. So there's that. It does have one of the fewest potential damage, other than for the LHMTV because of its very low ammo count, but that's a standard of that tank line. Aim time, 2 seconds on the dot. Well, almost on the dot. Only 100th off. But that is what I'm looking for in any tank. Literally any tank, even my TDs. I want 2 seconds or less. So we don't really have to mess with that. Dispersion actually better than pretty much everything else here. Even better than the LHMTV, which is considered the sniper of the group. So you can definitely, if you want to have 2 different setups, because this is one of the few tanks where I feel like I'm probably going to keep it even after I research the next one. Can definitely have 2 setups, one for spotting, one for gun plus spotting, where we could get that down to probably 0.33. It will definitely be useful. Now, gun depression, it is a Russian tank, so 5 degrees. You definitely have to kind of prop yourself up on things and like reverse up tiny little rocks and slopes and stuff to get some of those shots in. But you can make it work. I've done pretty well with this tank, even though I am not really a light tank player. Now, speed. All these, of course, have the same ability to keep the same speed over hard, medium, and soft. But one of the faster out of the group, although pretty much, I mean, they're only off by about 5. So they're all going to get into the same positions about the same time. Armor. Now this is where this tank truly shines compared to everything else here. Has double or triple what some of these do. And the nice thing about that is it means you're not going to get overmatched quite as often, because they would have to have, what is it? Actually, no, you're not going to get overmatched because nothing has a high enough caliber to overmatch your front. Now your sides, they probably could. But the HE rounds that a lot of stuff has are not going to be able to pin your front. Whereas these other tanks, most of them, it can go through their holes without a problem. So definitely good advantage to have when running a light tank. Now your camo, kind of right in the middle, not the best, but we definitely will be able to boost that with our skills and our equipment in order to get you enough to pretty much, as long as you're using the right bush mechanics, not get spotted throughout the entire game. D-range, right in line with everything else here, but we can definitely boost that to be max. Won't be over max by much, but we'll definitely be max. So skills, camouflage, brothers in arms, concealment, recon, situational awareness. Now this thing does have good enough gun stats to where you could eventually, after you get those, a snapshot, smooth ride, and yeah, I think Deadeye is the next one I would end up going with. Oh, you always want intuition. Because Deadeye allows you to do module damage, which is very handy. All right, and then as far as equipment goes, depending on, if you only have standard equipment, definitely want to boost that view range first. Now, I'm an active spotter. I don't like sitting in a one bush the entire game. So if you're going to do that, you probably want binoculars and a camouflage net instead of my setup, which is coated optics, low noise exhaust, and commander's vision system. Now, some people will probably forgo the low noise exhaust for vents because it boosts up your view range just a hair more. But personally, I like having a little bit better camo when moving. So what's that do for us? That gets us down to 37 camo. That's pretty good, both moving and stationary, and allows you to move between bushes and relocate throughout the game without getting spotted quite as often, especially if the other enemy light tank is dead. And that gets our view range up to 457. So decent, right at the level of max. And good thing is with Commander's Vision System, it's going to allow you to see through bushes better. But yeah, the other setup that I would end up running, since I'm going to keep the thing, would probably be swap out the low noise exhaust for, I believe it's the improved aiming, and Commander's Vision System for a gun rammer. So this is more of the gun setup, but still allows you to have close to max view range. So instead of that 457, that gets our dispersion down to 0.32, which means you can use your gun a lot better. And it gets our reload down to 4.56. So that's the two setups that I tend to run, or I will end up running once I get the secondary setup. All right, so let's go ahead and get over to the gameplay. I'll be watching Ambatal, I believe is the name, on Mannerheim Line. Of course, you can see that they have their thing kind of set up for a gun setup here with the vents and gun rammer here. They also are running food. I keep forgetting about food. Most people don't run it just because it's very expensive to run. It's just live gameplay. I've not watched it before. Let's see where he's going. He's probably going to this bush. This is not the bush I tend to go to, because you don't catch the people moving across the 1 and 2 lines from this location. You might catch some of the heavies, like where they just clicked. You'll spot the stuff there on that, and you spot where that T-44 is. I tend to like spotting across where the enemies are moving. I'm in the bush normally at over. So where is it at? D5. There's a bush right there at the top of the ramp. Yeah, right there where you just aimed. That's the bush that I go to. But we'll see how this goes. It is an ace tanker gameplay though, because that's the only thing I feature on. Nice, someone got him. I have seen a lot of light tanks go to this position. I think it's mainly to spot out these guys, because once those are spotted out, then you have ability to move around a little bit more. Riveting gameplay, right? That's the one problem with watching light tanks is some of them will just sit in bush. I think he may actually spot that one little corridor down at the H7 line. And if anyone tries to come up the middle, we'll be able to spot them too. See, this is the point where I would have moved. It's like, I'm not spotting anything. Oh, there's a medium tank. Trying to come across the middle here. Yep, what I was talking about. LA shot him. Okay, they've seen it. You don't have to keep clicking it. That's one of the most annoying things. Like, I get alerting people to the initial time you spot something. Oh, wow. He really got in there far. Very nicely done. There's the Indian Panzer. Nice. I was thinking you could probably spot out that position too. T-44 again. continuing to look around. So exciting, right? Yeah, that's one of the things. Oh, someone has figured out kind of the position they think he is in. Oh, now the other light tank is gone. That is definitely a big advantage here. That means he will definitely be able to play a little bit more active in the late game. All because that light tank tried to take a shot at him. He spotted him out. Alright, yeah, here come the medium tanks across the center. See, this is a good position, whereas the position that I normally am in might get spotted depending on how good their view range is. Alright, he's coming around. He's coming around. Somebody get him. Somebody get him. Oh, Prosciutto is standing right behind him. Really, dude? I hate when people do that. People come up right behind you, get spotted as a light tank, and you get hit because of it. 44. His buddy's getting a lot of damage here, or his platoon mate. And they keep moving across the center, which I don't get. Kuhn's Panzer's back up again. They might be able to get that one. In a slightly more passive position. Oh, this could be a problem. He's deep in that bush, though, so he pretty much has to proxy spot him. Coming around on the E50. Ghetto's coming down to assist. Probably killed. Oh, I got a low roll there. Oh, he's got to be careful. Trying to run away. Gonna come help his platoon mate. Nope, going to run up and spot behind. Yep, now he is spotted. He's got to be careful because that Kuhn's Panzer could try to shoot him. Wait to go unspotted. And then take up position in the back bushes. We're already at 6K spotting. Very nice. But not the most riveting gameplay. Just watching a dude sit in a bush. He spotted the standard B. The 2 TDs back in the corner. Oh, he got spotted. Got lucky that he didn't get shot there and did get a little snapshot in there. The standard B actually has some decent view range. Oh, the 430 has rotated all the way around. Wow. Alright, see where he's moving now. Trying to sit in a position where you can spot the Iron Arnie, I assume. Oh, Iron Arnie came down through the middle as well. Alright, so no roasted here. Yep, standard B coming around. Hopefully they can, yep, take out that one. Alright, nicely done. Move over here to make sure nothing is coming up. If they do push that one far edge, he still will be able to spot them there. And wiggle his way perfectly into the bush. Nope, not you're not quite in the bush. There you go. Maybe that's a little bit better. Now you in the bush? Looks around, make sure he's covered. Looks good. A really high camo rating should allow him to... Oh, there's the object. PD support from the back. I don't know if he can... I don't think he can pin that. Unless he manages to get maybe the track. And there are the other two. Minus the Kunzpanzer. Oh, and they are mostly full health. The Iron Arnie is at full health. Yep, not surprised there. Kunzpanzer behind him there. This is not looking good. Not willing to shoot. Okay, there he goes. He finally shot. He tries to get down away from the Kunzpanzer. Now the question is, can he run circles around the Kunzpanzer here? Kunzpanzer, trying to get shots. The other guy should be far enough back in that corner that he's not going to be able to get hit. Now the Iron Arnie is going to be hard to pin. And it's going to have quite a bit of damage. Okay, they got him. Alright. Down to one. I stay unspotted. Try to snap a shot in there. Make sure he's unspotted, then he's gonna keep the Kunzpanzer spotted for the Udas. And you do get spotted. And now the Udas is going to shoot the Kunzpanzer, and it looks like they're going to finish him off. He might be able to sneak up on the Kunzpanzer from, like... Yeah, either way. Using these dips here. It'll take a couple shots from the Kunz to kill him. And he should be able to... It'd probably take him, what, 3 or 4 shots, even with high rolls. And the Kunzpanzer is being smart. He's not trying to poke to get him. Because if he did poke up, he would get hit by the... He would get hit by the Udas. We only got 2 minutes left, so he's got to figure out if he's going to cap or not. He could probably get over there in time, but... Yeah, that was what I was thinking. You can probably get around behind him and force him out. Because if he can get up, if he can draw him left or right, he'd be able to get him. Going really far around. Guess he's trying to stay unlit the longest bit possible using this big rock for cover. I don't think you're going to see him from there. I think he's too far. Oh, maybe he will. Nope, Udas just decided to go for it. And he jumped off the rock like an idiot. Alright. Udas is just gonna, or the Udas is just gonna, yep. Base hug him, but they finally get it. Alright, well that was a long game, wasn't it? Let's go ahead and get over to the end game stats. Alright, so 11,000 spotting. I have never seen that much before. That is amazing. 2 kills, 466 damage. But yeah, 11,000 spotting. Let's see, Oryx medal for destroying 2 tanks. Patrol duty. Damage at least. Team damage with at least 6 tanks, which, yeah, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He assisted in damaging 11 of the tanks. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. It's Weird in Gaming. Don't forget to check me out on Twitch, same name. And I will see you on the battlefield.